that is when we start to close like a rock star. That is when we start to help clients prioritize their feelings and their needs and their wants with what the real estate market is doing right now in this time. Hey guys, welcome back to the Real D2D show. Dwayne Richards here. Today we're going to talk about understanding and prioritizing customers' feelings. I know that sounds very touchy-feely. Here we go. We're going to dive into this because it is so important as we go on this emotional journey of our buyers and sellers. They have to feel involved. They have to know we're empathetic. They have to know we're supportive through the whole process, or they're going to feel like we're just trying to sell them a house. So there's a lot of emotional stages when buying a home. You have to connect with the client. Then there's got to be strategies in which you put into place where you can ease stress and make this very, very easy so they don't have a lot of anxiety as they're going through the sales process. So gear up. We're going to walk through this, and this is where we need to get crazy strategic in what questions we ask. So as you start through this process, you want to ask them questions about what they want. You need to make sure they're doing all of the talking. Not you. You have to be doing all of the listening. As you get them through this process, they are telling you everything that's important to them. Now remember, the questions you ask are crazy important, because if you ask questions that don't lead them to give you the right answers, they're not going to close. And you're going to get a premature close. I have agents in my coaching program nonstop saying, Dwayne, we get them through a long process. They seem like they're solid. And then they close and we move on, and they're supposed to follow-up appointment, or they're supposed to send me houses, and I don't ever get anything. And the number one reason that happens is because we do not close the client the way they want to be closed. We don't ask the right questions. We don't guide them through the process correctly. And if they're not bought in, they don't see why this is so important for them to do now, they're not going to. So I want you to focus on that. I want you to record your pitches. I want you to record what you're saying to your clients. Then I want you to listen. Did you ask a question that's going to cause them to close themselves? If you did not, you got to work on rephrasing those questions. Then you should have a step process. You can't immediately go to a question that's going to cause them to close. If you haven't talked about the market, if you haven't talked about interest rates, if you haven't engaged them well enough that they don't feel stress or pressure from you to make that buying or selling decision. So top real estate professionals are going to make it easy to where they don't feel like they're being sold, to where they feel like they're being guided and directed. Let's dive into this a little bit. Let's talk about potentially a listing opportunity. Hey, we want to sell our house. We want to buy a new house, but we don't want to do it right now. So what is your time frame? And they say 3 to 5 years. Awesome. What's so important about the 3 to 5 years? Well, we want to wait until we have more money coming in to where we can afford to buy that bigger house. Okay, if we could save you a bunch of money by doing it sooner, would you consider it? Yeah, what do you mean? Well, let's talk about it. What do you feel like the real estate market's going to do over the next 5 years? Go up or down? And they say up, and you ask them why. Why do they think the market's going to go up? They're going to tell you all of the reasons without pressure they feel like the market's going to climb. From there, simply ask them, how much do you feel like you are going to increase in your wages as you wait over the next 5 years? They're going to tell you, not very much, because the average person gains about a 3% raise every year. So then you could ask them, so if you appreciate it at 3% of your hourly rate, let's say your hourly rate is $50 an hour. What's 3% of that? It's going to be not very much. It's going to be about $8 an hour. If I'm doing my math right. I'm going to pull this calculator up. We're going to figure this out. So if you've got a $50 an hour wage and you times that by 3%, $1.50, you guys. I was way off. So $1.50 per hour. How much does that equate to over 160 hours, which is a month? $240 a month. Ouch. So now when you look at this, if a $500,000 home goes up by 10% every year, that's $50,000 a year. Over 5 years, that's $250,000. Could you afford that $1.50 a month or $1.50 an hour? Is that going to help you be able to afford a house? It's $250,000 more. Walk them through that process. What happens when interest rates come down? What's that going to do to the market? Is it going to cause it to go up or down? If it causes the market to go up, you guys, then what? Look back to COVID when rates were 2 and 3%. It was $80,000 over list price. So if you could afford to get in now and then refinance when rates come down, how much money would it potentially save you? Notice these type of questions as they start to engage, and they know that you're not putting pressure on them, but you're asking them logical questions that will help them think through the process of selling their home now, getting into that newer home now, and how that might benefit them. That is when we start to close like a rock star. That is when we start to help clients prioritize their feelings and their needs and their wants with what the real estate market is doing right now in this time. Guys, comment below some of the things you're experiencing. Comment how you're helping clients move down through that process. Give me some likes, some subscribes, and let us have a big booyah when you guys close your first deal, walking through this process, helping clients be closed the way they want to close, and doing it the way that makes them feel comfortable and with no stress. Thanks for watching today, you guys.